talk as long as we want all day long.
Enjoy a woof that makes sense with MTN A Woof for you. Dial star 888 star recharge pin hash for 6 times the bonus on your next recharge. You can also use the Momo or the My MTN NG app to recharge. Terms and conditions apply.
Right nutrition.
What are we doing today?
So why I said right nutrition was everybody says
There's
nutrition.
a new cuisine in town.
Everybody says
A
nutrition.
glass of
But
wine,
what's the
a
right
cup
one
of
for my
coffee.
body?
And if
What's the
you're
right
like
one
me,
for?
a glass of
That's
smoothie.
why I
With
use.
signals.
They said me to be- I rejected it.
91.3
said-
every Saturday at 10 a.m. Your mind will dream again.
Welcome back to Signals. This morning we'll be looking at our health, our eating, right nutrition. Okay, they will be nice. Right nutrition and wellness. That's what we're discussing this morning. I have with me someone who has deep interest in wellness and health, stemming from my experience with chronic constipation from the age of 12 and later working at an insurance company for a couple of years. The question that always bothered her was, why does the human body fail? And to this end, today she functions as the lead coach at Pro Life Wellness and Nutrition, a company that provides information, training, and resources in the wellness industry. She's also the CEO of Pro Life Health Farms, where she leads the day-to-day activities towards achieving the establishment's primary goal, which is raising healthy animal protein and protein products for human consumption. And the farm currently majors in raising and processing African catfish and pangasus. She will tell me, don't worry. It's Pangasus, pangasus fish at the capacity of 60,000 fish per cycle. She's a life coach with specialization in family life coaching, feminine energy support, and trauma recovery stemming from childhood emotional neglect. I have with me, now before I introduce her, this is what happened. I was scrolling on the streets of Facebook and I saw her and that was what led to this. I saw her explaining the different kinds of catfish and I'm like, because I eat it, so I'm like, okay, the same catfish that we are eating, so there are different fingerlings. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. And so I was really interested at seeing how the farm is, and from the pictures and videos, and she was very meticulous about what each fingerling is about and how it impacts our health. And guess what? We eat every day. We eat every day. And what are we eating? Some of us are trying to lose weight. Some of us are not trying to lose weight, right? But we have to be healthy. I have with me Yetunde Femi-Odigie. Welcome to Signals.
Thank you so very much.
Okay, so don't be shocked. Don't worry. You're home. Now, why were you bothered about the human body failing? That's where we're going to start from.
Oh, okay. Well, for one,
Don't be shy. We're here.
my body was failing, but I didn't know it. My body was failing from when I was just a child.
Okay.
Because when we say the body fails, it means that it's not functioning at optimal levels. It takes the body a very long time to actually pack up. The body is that strong. Like, you can do a lot of harm to your body and it will take years upon years for it to give up on you, because it has some of the strongest organs known to man. Like, your liver is so strong. You know, you can down gallons upon gallons of alcohol in your youth and you still grow into your 40s, and you can reverse that. Actually, the liver grows itself back. Let me use that language.
Okay.
Yeah.
It goes
So,
so back.
yeah, let me use that for everybody to understand. So, my body was failing when I was a child, but it took adulthood to know that back then it was failing, and it was chronic constipation. It showed up as, because the body always tells you. It will always communicate. Whether you now understand what it's saying is the issue. The headache we feel is the body telling you something. The headache is not the disease. It's not the lack of ease, because that is what disease means, lack of ease. But the headache is not the problem. The headache is the body ringing an alarm bell and saying, pay attention, something is wrong with me. You know, same thing with the high temperature. That's not the disease, that's the alarm. So with me, it showed up even as a young 9-year-old girl. Like, if I drank milk, I would have a terrible, like gut-wrenching pain in my stomach.
Okay.
I would have to lie on a bare cold floor
To
for
calm down.
minutes for it to calm down. I didn't know that was inflammation. I didn't know that was my body rejecting diarrhea. I didn't know that I was lactose intolerant. Nobody told me. So I entered into my 30s still drinking milk. So you can imagine, I knew at age 9, I'm 30 something, for like 3 decades, I'm still drinking milk and my body is screaming.
Some of us drink milk and we grow fat. Wow.
So from studying my body and then having, sometimes they tell you that your best lessons are from your failures. So I had serious failures that included even miscarriages.
Okay.
All because I was eating the wrong thing. Many people do not know that the body is a whole system. If it affects one part, you can
It affects
trace
everybody.
it. Yeah. And then I got to work for 8 years in a fantastic company. I was on the claims desk, and so death reports came to me.
Okay. All
So
right.
all the time I would receive death reports, like on a daily basis, from the company.
How were you feeling?
It was saddening because they were leaving families behind. It was saddening at a point because nobody who has reached the age of retirement would be on my table. They'd have retired. So these were working people who were supposed to still have energy. So I was seeing death claims, and of course it has to come with a medical report signed by a professional that this person died for XYZ reasons. So I was seeing those, and most of the time it was the larger percentage were people in their 40s, and they were mostly, I'm sorry to say this, men. And if they were men, then they were the breadwinners. And if they were the breadwinners, then that means that the family was left in jeopardy.
Breakdown. Yeah.
There's a family breakdown there, So it became a thing of concern to me, and I started to ask myself the question: why are people dying in their 40s?
It's young.
Yeah, it's very young. If you see an obituary pasted
37,
somewhere, 37, and most of the deaths, for me, well, maybe 1 or 2 that was, say, cancer.
Okay.
You would always see congenital heart failure.
Yeah, people
like
have
the person just collapsed. But the heart is not designed to fail. By design, the heart is not designed to fail. How many animals have you met on the road who collapsed and died?
No.
It is you humans who kill them.
Because the stress want to kill us. Stress.
So that's the funny thing. So why, if the animal who walks around aimlessly, no shelter, and it doesn't just fall down and die, you, the human who supposedly has a better
more
level of life, you have
understanding,
you have better comprehension. Why are people just sleeping and not waking up? Collapsing behind the wheels of their cars, falling down in the markets, on the streets, and just dying like that. 5 minutes, they're gone. So that became a concern for me.
Now, you've constantly said in the last couple of minutes, the heart does not feel. How do we preserve our hearts?
By honoring your heart. You preserve anything by honoring it, even marriage.
Okay. Before we go that way, how do we preserve, how do we honor our hearts? Because sometimes staying in Nigeria is stress enough.
Yes.
That's one. You are dealing with different things at the same time. Everything is calling for your attention. When do we stop to take a breath and say, okay, what's going on? How do we preserve? Because you said honor. How do we honor our hearts?
Okay. To honor anything, you have to understand it.
Okay.
You have to learn that thing. I do not recall any class from nursery to university where they ever sat us down and taught us this is how to care for each part of your body.
No, not that one.
They will just
say that you wing it.
Thank you. In biology, they'll just, it's parts of the body and the circulatory system. And in the exams, they just want you to give back to them what they gave to you. Name the parts, the 4 parts of the earth, the left ventricle, the right ventricle. Nobody tells you this is what it needs.
Until you get to
the doctor. So the heart is the major organ that helps circulate blood around the body. The heart has major outlets and inlets. I like to use layman's language. So there are valves that take blood out
Out.
of the heart, and there are valves that take blood into the heart. Now, why do we need a heart? It is because when blood in our bodies, every pint of blood in our bodies has to pass through the heart. As we sit, even when we are sleeping, whenever we are doing, the heart is constantly working.
And it's constantly beating fast.
That is, yes. So when your blood is taken into your heart, what happens there is that oxygen is added to that blood. So when it goes out of your heart, what is going out? The primary thing is that oxygen is being carried to every part of your body. So the heart helps add oxygen to the blood. When that oxygen is going out, all right, if you have eaten, it also picks up nutrients from your digestive system. When your digestive system is through, the nutrients in your food are also carried. So nutrients and oxygen being given to every part of the body. Now, when the body has used this oxygen, every activity you do, even by your breathing alone, you are using the oxygen. Even if you are not working, you are using the oxygen because there are metabolic processes happening. After a while, the blood has the oxygen is used, so the blood is sent back to the heart, and oxygen is added again. So it's a continuous process. There's never a time. 60
cycle.
Yes, it's a cycle. There's never a time where the blood stops and the heart, the body says, "Oh yeah, we are out of oxygen." No, there's always oxygen. It's a continued process. So when you know that, it then means that your heart is responsible for you being alive, because no oxygen equals to death, right? So, and the heart is a muscle. Now, those valves that carry the blood, they are like pipes. There is a particular amount of blood that must pass through those pipes. It's measured. When you run or exercise, there's more blood. When you are sleeping, there's less blood. Okay? But those valves must always remain unhindered, like pipes. You know, when you have pipes and something is blocking the pipe, the heart doesn't know that the pipe is now smaller in diameter. It will still keep sending the same amount of blood. Do you understand that? Like the size of the valve, let's say the size of the valve is 5 millimeters. So 5 millimeters of blood is supposed to pass. But then you are eating fried foods. You are eating trans fat.
The table is about to be shattered.
Okay.
Continue.
You like a lot of takeouts.
Okay, book of food.
You are the one, that's saying that there's a particular brand of oil that Nigerians like to eat and say that they are eating healthy. I won't mention the name, but that oil is just canola oil. That's not the name of the brand, but it's just pure canola oil, and every seed oil is your heart's enemy. You are not honoring your heart when you eat seed oils. So all these oils that some of you will be proud in your shoulder. That's
Amalabuka food.
Your Amalabuka food. The problem is that because their intention is
to sell,
they will possibly not use premium ingredients. So if palm oil, which is what is used to make, which is the major fat in there, because when you say the amala is not fat, the ewedu is not fat, it's the palm oil. Now, if the palm oil is not, in the palm oil industry, there are oils called storage oils, which have been stored from the last harvest season. When palm oil is produced, the dredge at the bottom is what is usually used for storage because it's the cheapest, but it's actually supposed to be thrown away.
So when we say, I'm going to speak Yoruba, but I'll try and translate it in English. So when you put a keg of oil on the fire and you say that soon, like the oil has slept, is that the storage?
No,
okay,
not necessarily.
Okay.
Storage oil at room temperature would do that.
Will sleep,
even if it's coconut oil.
Okay.
It would, to an extent,
yeah,
coagulate. But storage oil is in the part of the oil that was stored after the processing, that dredge that's supposed to be just eliminated. As you said, business in Nigeria is not funny, so people try to max profits. So they will keep that and sell it to you. That's why sometimes you are frying oil. and
It's foaming.
It's foaming.
And it's smelling.
It's smelling. You're tasting detergent-like substances inside. You've put it even at the middle of the beans you are cooking, but at the end you are still tasting
it.
You're not supposed to taste it. It's not supposed to be going around your tongue. You're not even supposed to know that it's there. So when you keep taking, I'm mentioning oils particularly because those are the fats that you have in the fat is a macronutrient that the body needs. Yes, the body needs and women need more fat than men. I don't mean body fat, I mean fat from food.
Okay.
Women need more fats than men. So we have trans fats, we have saturated fats, that come from our food. Now the fats that are healthy for our bodies are usually from plants and pasture raised animals, and you eat them in moderation.
Okay, now we've gotten to nutrition. In Signals on 91.3, we're discussing right nutrition and wellness with Yetunde Femi-Odigie. If you have comments and WhatsApp, send us a WhatsApp message 0809 234 5913. She's just giving us a summary of us honoring our heart if we don't want to die young. Now, back to the pasture
raised.
Because anytime, and I'm sure for a lot of people, when they say that you need to eat healthy, you're thinking of plants, you're thinking of salad. God, those things are not sweet. And
These are an accrued taste you have to learn. They are not sweet because they weren't given to you as a child. If that was what you ate
as a
growing
child,
up, that would be numb to you. It's not numb because that's not what.
Don't give up. And because you eat salad when there's parties, that's when you eat salad.
Yes.
Or when your mom decides that okay, everybody's doing right today, you eat salad. But ordinary lecture stuff is hard because it's bitter. So go ahead.
Yeah, but well,
Pasture.
actually, pasture-raised animals are animals that are allowed to range free, so that they eat from nature. And they have less commercialized feed in their nutrition.
Okay.
How that translates to you is that they develop protein, that's their flesh, and oils that are healthy for you instead of unhealthy ones. Because if they eat highly commercialized feeds that are made from majorly soya today in our world is not the soya our forefathers ate.
No.
A lot has happened. There's a lot of GMO, genetically modified soya. And so when they eat that, and soya has a problem. Soya is estrogenous in nature. What that means is that it can mimic estrogen. So it gets into the body, and your body already produces estrogen. Then it increases it. And the body must be in a balance at all times. There's a balance. So when our hormones, estrogen for women, for example, you have estrogen, you have progesterone, you have cortisol, which is a general hormone for everybody and all that. Now, they must be in balance. When soya gets into the body and increases estrogen because it mimics estrogen, what you'll find, and what we are finding today, is our daughters starting menstruation
very early. 9.
Growing
8.
breasts at 8, starting menstruation at 9.
In
our time,
I think it was around 16.
You dare not have even something bigger than a nipple at 8.
No.
Your mother would just use that wooden turning stick, knock the thing back inside.
No, but I find it, now that you've spoken about it, when children are 9 and sometimes 3, 4, I'm like, you guys are
so tiny. You look at them and they're just developing, and it's because they have excess estrogen, and that's where you see also the male children and even male adults. You start seeing men with breasts.
Breasts, yes.
You understand? You start seeing a boy with hips, a boy with
so it's from our food.
Funny looking laps. Yes, it's from the food because they are taking too much estrogen, and you find that a lot because we are eating the chicken we are eating now is grown in 8 weeks from a chick. From when it is hatched to when it gets to your table, 8 weeks. Those breed of
feed is expensive.
Those breed of chicken eat day and night, round the clock, to be able to grow to 1 kg, 1.2 kg in 8 weeks, 1.3, 1.5 kg in 8 weeks. And there's a lot of soya in their food also. That translates into their body tissues, and you eat them, and then so you have excess estrogen in your body. Now, what is the alternative? Someone may say, because
What's even the balance?
Should I now go and
So,
raise
some of us-
chicken? I live in an apartment. I would like
There's no
you know,
time.
do this. So what I advise is that understand your food.
Okay.
Don't eat just because food is there.
Okay.
Understand food.
Hmm.
You know, I have a class where I say, come and understand food. Just know food. Once you know, it becomes your template to choose. So the body needs essential macronutrients. Essential means that we don't produce inside by ourselves. We have to get it from food. Carbohydrates, proteins, and fats are the macronutrients. All of the rest are micronutrients: calcium, phosphorus, magnesium. They're all micronutrients. Now, those three essential ones, carbs, proteins, fats, you get them from food. Now, the question is, from my lifestyle, how much of each do I need per time?
Okay.
Carbohydrates are the first source of energy.
Rice queen.
They're the first source of energy. Yes, they give you energy. Now, question is, how much energy do you need according to your lifestyle? If you are the kind of person that you get to the office by 8 and you sit down till you close at 5, why are you eating as if you want to run a marathon? Why do you need a full plate of rice? A full plate of rice.
That full plate of rice will last you the whole day.
Hopefully, the funny thing is that you eat it,
You'll be
and
hungry.
then 3 hours later,
You are hungry.
you're looking for something to munch on. Do you know why? It's because you ate a simple carb. The rice you eat today was not the rice your forefathers saw.
No.
The rice your forefathers saw, if you see it now, you're running. You cannot.
It's
you
not father
cannot-
rice.
No, it wasn't even of. Ofada is still polished. The bran in that rice, it was like bulgur. The bran was still there. Now they polish everything out because it looks nice.
And because we are 1 minute.
Exactly.
1
We like
minute.
it fast.
Yeah.
But that rice, it will take you like 5 minutes to chew 2 spoonfuls of it. And that's what your body needs. That's roughage. Haven't you noticed something about goats? What do goats eat? What do cattle? Let's say cattle generally. They eat a lot of roughage, leaves, roughage, fiber, and they are walking and pooing.
Yeah.
It is hard.
It's a continuous
It's a
journey.
continuous journey. They are walking and pooing. Their digestive system is on point. Why? Because they eat a lot of fiber. You eat simple carbs. Simple carbs mean refined carbs. They've stripped it of every fiber. They've even stripped it of the vitamin B that rice naturally contains.
Okay.
Yeah, they've stripped it of that. And so they're offering to you something that looks nice, that just goes into your body. Because it's a simple sugar, no fiber to protect your intestines. It just goes into your bloodstream immediately and spikes your sugar. Now, what you notice is after you finish the rice, you'll be bouncing. Then, like an hour later, you feel a bit sleepy. Right?
You want to sleep.
You want to sleep. Then, like another hour later, you're looking for something to munch. What happens is that once that glucose spike happens, your brain knows that this is too much sugar. Per time, there must not be more than 5 milligrams, which is a teaspoon of sugar found in your blood system. If we carry all your blood and filter it, it must not be more than a teaspoon of sugar. But you guys are having like 10 shovels. So the brain says, hey, alarm, pancreas, please release insulin. This human has done it again. So insulin comes out, and insulin is like that old grandma. Insulin likes to pack and keep things. So insulin will come and say, oh yeah, cells, open your door. We have too much sugar. Open door, let me keep sugar here. Let me keep sugar here. So insulin packs all the sugar and keeps it in all the cells. And the cells will close the door back and say thank you. So the cells now have excess sugar. So they can't function.
How then do we now balance all of this? Because somebody is listening and like, but
what will we now eat?
That's one. Number two is, how do we even balance it?
Okay.
Because we have kids. We want to live long. Every Sunday, everybody's going to church to go and pray for long life. On Fridays, our brothers will go and pray at the mosque. And then something happens. In the last couple of months, people have gone to heaven. People are dropping. So how do we ensure that we don't, at least if people are going to die, let them reach like 90, 100. That's the bargain.
Yeah.
Not 40, not 37, not 54, not 36, and then
not even 69.
Not even 69. And then we're also having people who have diabetics, and they're having to
And there are children who have diabetes.
And then
That's why the Lagos State Ministry of Health, about 4 years ago, started stopping schools from allowing kids to come with biscuits and juices and all that, because there was a sharp rise in children who were being diagnosed with diabetes, type 2 diabetes. Yeah.
Not even type 1.
Type 2. Well, as blacks, as Africans, we are predisposed to diabetes, first of all. So you have to understand that. So what do we do to mitigate against all these things?
Yes.
Understand that wellness and health is a total thing.
Mm.
Even if you eat right, if you don't sleep at least 7 hours every night, you are liable to die young.
Because we still have to sleep.
Because, yeah. And if you don't exercise, you are also liable to die young. So if you want to, it's not about going to church to pray. The pastor that said you should come and pray, pastors have dropped in the last 2 years.
Most of our pastors are looking very fit and fair. God do.
So, first of all, you have to take every aspect of wellness seriously.
Okay.
And there are different aspects: your food, exercising, sleep, hydration. Then the mother of them all, distressing.
How do we distress? In Lagos?
Yes, if the doctor tells you right now as you are standing here that if you don't drink 3 cups of water every day for the next 20
There's
days,
no need. Let's not even go far.
you will do it.
No, I think it was sometime in August. I was speaking to my doctor, and they said, Oshodi, you have chronic fatigue. And then they listed all the tests, and I know in my heart of hearts that me too, I have passed my boundary. And then they listed everything. I said, madam, if you drop, everybody will just say, it was a very good person. And it sort of, for me, sort of did even when I told a friend, they said, they'll be, yeah. Like, you cannot lie. And so at that point, it was, I started to walk in the morning.
You now did what you thought was impossible.
Yes, I started to walk in the morning, or sometimes just try and walk. And then I realized that my heart was in normal life. But again, is it until we get that health scare?
Yeah. For most people, it's until it gets to that point. Our prayer is that it doesn't, so that like you get more educated and do things before it gets to that level. Because once it gets to that level, now you begin to manage a situation. You shouldn't even have a situation. The body is not designed to have a situation. You should live in health all your days. That's the way the body is designed.
Wow.
That's the way the body is. It's not designed to fail at any point. There is no plan for the body to fail.
Okay.
Yeah. So whatever you do now determines its success or failure, and that's why from time to time it sends you alarms. You know, women, for instance, don't know that their menstrual cycle is the report sheet you get every month of the condition of your health.
I wish I was a guy.
Unfortunately, it's like,
like every time you're like, oh no, wow. So if I'm complaining, and so many other, how much more young children?
And then we are also going to hand over to them the wrong information we have. So unfortunately, and if you check, in the days of our fathers, we didn't hear diseases with 2 names. Maybe you'll hear maybe malaria or something. Now diseases are having
malaria,
name, middle name and surname. 3 names. Diabetes mellitus, osteoarthritis, this one, pharyngitis. It's one body. It's only one human. You know, so we have to do the job now so that our children can have a better inheritance. When you say you're leaving an inheritance for your child, health is maybe supposed to be the first thing you leave. The knowledge of health. There's a knowledge of health. So when we take all lifestyle conditions seriously, you know, we begin to walk in health. It's one small thing every day. Don't eat too much salt. That's one. Don't eat too much salt. That means there's a particular snack on your supermarket shelf that even when you taste it, you can taste the salt. I won't mention the name of that snack. Then don't eat that snack.
No, you know, some of us like salt. Not. I was staying with an aunt of mine, and I noticed that anytime she's preparing her rice, as a teenager at that time, she would not put salt in her rice, and I saw it until tomorrow. I always tell people, if you are looking for something in the kitchen that's plenty, it's salt.
Salt.
Because, and she was, I know she was in her 60s at that time, but she would never. So, and if you're in somebody's house, it's what they give you, you eat.
Now. You don't
So,
have a choice.
so I just sort of took that habit of, okay, no salt, but there are some days where I'm like, but some people like salt though. Sometimes you buy food. I have a habit of buying food. You buy food, and the moment the
Taste.
1 spoon, my madam in the office knows that that's the end. So how then there's commercial that's eaten at home? We should listen to our body. It signals on 91.3. If you have questions, comments, it's your life. It's our life that we're talking about. Nobody wants to deny you. Honestly, coffee is very expensive. So if you have questions, comment, call us 0809 234 5913. 0809 WhatsApp 0809 234 5913. Now, how important is it to pay attention to the nutritional value on processed foods and eating the right ones for us?
Now that's a big one because we are surrounded by processed foods.
Okay, hold on a second. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Morning.
Good morning. Your name or where are you calling us from?
You're going for Ikere.
Okay, hello, Yomi. Welcome.
I really appreciate your day and
You really appreciate
the
that.
topic you are calling on. I want to say something. I have a son going to 4 years. Then whenever he eats, he will stew. And it happened like 2 times yesterday. He stew before eating, and after eating, he now stew again. And when we're now talking about the balanced diet or balanced eating, I just want to know what is going on.
Okay, then. Thank you. Sorry about that. I'm sure the boy is stressed. He's stressed already. Okay, 0809 234 5913. If you have questions or comments for us, 0809 234 5913. Hello, good morning. Okay, call us back 0809 234 5913. WhatsApp, send us a WhatsApp message so I can read 0809 234 5913. What do you think is wrong with the boy who's stooling?
Who's stooling?
The food he eats, before he eats, he will stool. After he eats, he will stool.
Well, there are several sides to it, and without a medical diagnosis, we might not be able to pick out exactly what is wrong. But from what the father said, one, is the boy overeating?
Okay.
Are you feeding him too much? He's 4 years old. He should have 3 meals, 2 snacks a day. But what quantity?
3 meals.
Is he overeating? 1. 2, is he digesting the last meal before you are feeding him again? Because I look at things holistically. If he's not digesting, and you know how in our homes back then, food is ready, eat. Then food is ready, eat. But there was no timing to
digest food.
Yeah, and the digestion is a very huge job for the body. It's a huge job for the body. In fact, when you leave the body not digesting food, you don't have food in it to digest, it's actually thanking you. You know, like when your boss says, take 3 days off. You know how you'll be like yeah,
you're happy.
That's how the body is so that's why when you fast, if you have long-term fast, like we do in churches when they say 40 days, you'll notice something, that your skin gets clearer, you sleep well, even when you dream, it's not masquerade chasing you dreams. There's clarity. And when you pray, when you pray at those times, there is like a spiritual connection. It's quick for you to connect when you do that. So is the boy digesting the food before it? Then another thing, what kind of foods is he reacting to? Any of those foods?
Okay,
so what the parents can do is do an elimination process. Like if his usual food is bread, okay, let's stop bread. Let's give him something else. Let's watch. Is it still stooling? Okay. Let's give him potatoes. Does he stool on potatoes? let's give him this. Does his stool? So you start to eliminate. The, what did we give him just before he stool? Is it milk? Some people stool a lot on milk. Then the last thing is to check the quality of the stool. And the look of the stool. Is the stool watery? If it's watery, it means that his digestive system is not working at optimal values. So it's not taking out the nutrients. Even the nutrients is following the stool. It's just going prum. You know, so then is the stool like
Watery.
watery?
If it's not watery,
Stool should be like a sausage. That's normal stool. Yes, it comes out whole.
Ooh.
One sausage or two sausages. But if it's doing there's a problem with the food or the digestive system. Maybe the food is irritating the gut. Like when you eat too much pepper sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah. So if it can irritate the gut. So what is the look of the stool? If it is watery like you know this Yoruba food, water yam porridge.
Yeah, woro.
No,
That's
water yam porridge is what do you call water yam porridge again? That Ijebus eat ikokore.
Okay.
If it is like that, then it's still not good. It must be solid,
Like
not
sausage.
hard,
Not hard.
just like sausage. So the father and the mother needs to look at that. What's the quality of the stool? Is it digesting before you feed him again? Can you do an elimination diet for him? Take away some things, watch him. Take away some things, watch him. Take away some things, watch him.
I'm sure the boy is tired.
Yeah, and then water.
Water.
Yes, water. Is he drinking excessively?
Okay, so you should take plenty water.
No, is he already drinking too much?
So too much water is not too good.
Too much water will be sending him to stool per second.
Wow.
Yeah, there's not too much of anything that is good. Too much water will leach nutrients out of your body. In fact, I tell people not to drink water before they eat and not to drink water 30 minutes after they eat. So that your digestive juices can have the time. Because your digestive, once you smell food, your digestive juices are alerted. They are waiting for the food. So the minute you put one drop on your tongue, your body is secreting digestive juices already to break down the food. Right? So now you keep drinking one spoon you drink, you are diluting the digestive juices, so they have not enough power to work on the food. Remember, there's no blending machine in your stomach. It's these digestive juices that will do the work. So
Well, good morning to you and your wonderful guest. And yes, she is wonderful. What an insight I'm getting this morning. Please, I would like to ask her how many minutes, hour walk per day is just enough to replace the gym type of rigorous exercise. Alex from Abaronje.
Oh, hi, Alex. Nice to meet you virtually. I have a problem with rigorous exercises, extremely rigorous exercises at gym. And all those gym coaches that keep going, 12, fall on the floor, do 50 reps. Do they understand the body at all? And how many times a week are you doing that? But generally, this is my advice.
Yeah.
If you want to go to the gym, please eat something first. Do not exercise fasted. And what I'll advise you to eat is something proteinous, right?
Okay.
You can have an apple with unsweetened peanut butter. You can actually make peanut butter in your house.
That's granite now.
Yes, peanut is granite, but unsweetened, the one that doesn't have sugar in it. You can just have half a spoon of that and one apple. And so your body is not busy scoring for energy whilst you are exercising. That's why many of you get tired, or middle way into the exercise. But then after the exercise, please eat something that is high in protein. Why? Because when you exercise, you're actually tearing your muscles.
Okay.
This is how you build muscles. When you exercise, they tear. Then they repair. When they repair, you build them.
Caramelo.
No, when we say tearing, it's just layman's language. So when they repair,
Give it away, Jim.
and actually your muscles determine how long you live. Actually, so it's better you build.
Yeah, you've been nice this morning.
We've gone ahead with too much lack of information, so maybe we should just pour it all out this morning. So when you repair, when your body is repairing, after you exercise, your body goes into repair mode. What is the food for repairing and building? What did they teach you in biology? What's the food for that's called the building blocks of the body?
Beans.
Protein And beans is not a protein. Beans is a carbohydrate, but it's protein. So after your exercises, please eat protein. Eat your meat, eat your fish, eat your chicken. If you are eating broiler chicken, please take the skin off. At least let's just manage it like that. We're in Nigeria. We don't have a choice.
Speaking of skin,
It's your protein, please.
some of us like to eat the skin of fish.
Fish skin is fine.
Wait. Before we wrap up, right? I want you to talk about, because me, I'm a fish eater.
Go ahead. Eating your fish.
So you were telling us the different kinds of benga sauce.
Pangasius.
Pangasius.
In Yoruba, it's called obokodo.
Oh,
You see it with those your fish women. It's called obokodo. It has a very beautiful combination of omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. These are fats. Now, omega-6, your body can produce it from almost any food.
Okay.
Yeah, but omega-3, you have to get it from outside. Your body naturally can produce omega-6, and you don't need it in high quantities. But omega-3, your body cannot produce, so it's an essential fatty acid.
Okay.
Now, what does omega-3 do for you? It's essential for your brain. That's why if you see the prenatals that pregnant women use, you must find omega-3 in it. Because else there may be something wrong with that baby's brain when it's born. It helps brain development, essentially. Then it is extremely good for the heart. You are asking how to honor the heart. Omega-3 is the way to go. Now, most of us will walk into a pharmacy and say, give me, what's that word?
Cod liver oil.
Cod liver oil. Cod is a fish.
Okay.
The cod fish is a fish. It's like this, your stockfish.
Okay.
But it doesn't have so much oil as to make these supplements that you go to buy. Then it is found in temperate countries where it's very cold, the Scandinavian countries, very cold European countries. And you live in the tropical climate in Nigeria. Yet you think that the oil of a fish that is not naturally occurring in your place of residence would be the best for your body.
Okay.
We've been fooled. And then you go in there and buy it for 11,000 and all that. So what do you do instead? You need omega-3. Eat your eggs.
Okay.
Eat catfish or pangasius. Eat an oily fish that naturally grows in your water. Titus, beautiful. Eat Titus. It's imported, but it still goes. Titus is very high. It's good in omega-3. The highest fish in omega-3 is salmon, but you'll have to cut a hand and a leg as an average Nigerian.
We have water. We have ocean around us.
So, but eat your fish. Eat the oily fish. Eat oily fish twice a week. Eat scaly fish maybe another twice.
Scaly fish is tilapia.
Tilapia, croaker, shiny nose, all of those.
So we should go and be telling our, because
eat a lot of fish. Actually, the people in the world who live the longest are known as the people within the blue region of the world.
China, Japan.
Blue region is what when we are talking about art, when we say the color blue, is it not water?
Water, yes.
So the people who live around water are the ones that have been recorded to be living 90 and above, 100 and above.
My language is not far.
So you find those people in the blue region, and they are China,
Nigerians. Let's put Nigerians.
Amen.
Now, okay, so Wumi and your guest, please, Wumi, I hope your guest isn't the one a man caught in the act of eating. No, we're trying to ascertain the kind of poo that your Miss son is having, stooling. That's what we're talking about. Now, again, some say for lack of processed foods, how do we balance it?
Okay, so eat 20% processed foods and 80%.
Say it louder for the people at the back. Oh, yeah.
Eat 20% processed foods, because we cannot find perfection in this world.
Okay.
So eat 20% processed foods. It's not bad to have a day off and just take a small liter of ice cream or 2 meat pies or something. But 80% whole foods,
okay,
20% processed foods.
Oh. My time is up. My time is up. Oh wait, whoa. Having fun. Now, what are you've talked about distressing, you've talked about honoring our heart, honoring our body, right? And start to exercise early so that we do not fall down and die. What are some of the ways we can manage stress effectively, and how often should we practice them?
Okay. Step number 1, lower your expectations. Stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to gain everything on the planet.
Oh yeah.
Lower your expectations.
Okay.
You know, that takes a whole lot off. Yeah. It takes a whole lot of, because you are trying to perform to meet a particular standard that the society or your upbringing has set for you. I know a 74-year-old woman who lived all her life from when she was 14, trying to show her siblings that she can be somebody in life. That's all she lived her life for, and she lost a lot along the way. Yeah. So lower your expectations. Leave.
Continue.
Stop trying to show. Stop trying to do pepper them. That's raising your stress levels automatically. Number 2, sleep at least 7 hours. Sleep in a dark room. Put off your phone at least 1 hour before bed, because see these lights that go into your eyes, they trick your mind. They trick your body to think it's still daytime. Naturally, the body begins to turn off.
Yeah.
So cortisol is what carries you throughout the day. You are jumping up and down. When the sun is rising, your cortisol is also rising from 4 a.m. When the sun is setting from 4 p.m., your cortisol is also setting, and melatonin is taking its place. Melatonin is what puts you to sleep. But when you have the screen in your face, the body thinks the sun is still up. So cortisol keeps pumping out instead of melatonin. So and when you say, I don't fall asleep, I don't used to fall asleep, you cannot fall asleep because your body thinks it's still daytime. So change the curtains in your room. If your curtains are bright, change them to dark colors. You know all those dark lights, put that in your room. Take the TV out of your room. Put up the screens, because all of these things, because when your body sleeps, there are 3 levels of sleep actually. There's a level of sleep called the REM, where your body now gets into repair mode and starts to repair.
What's the first level?
The first level is superficial level, where you think you are really sleeping.
Okay,
that
you're
one
not
you're
sleeping. Your mind is awake.
Your mind is still awake. But that one that looks like death,
Hmm.
when you're not aware of anything.
Anything.
Now the body is in repair mode. Your brain goes, and all the information you packed into your head during the day, all the things you read online, all the brain moves them into the storeroom. Let's use that word, the storeroom, because you don't need it immediately. So the brain cleans up, then the body cleans up. That's why when you wake up, the first thing your body tells you to do is go and wee,
Yes.
because it has just finished cleaning and sent all the waste materials down there to the exit point. Now imagine that you don't sleep, and it takes it about 7 hours to do that. So imagine that you sleep 3 hours or 4 hours each night.
Somebody will be cranky.
Thank you. And your joints will start aching you, because there's toxins walking around your body that should have been sent through the urine. You know, so give your body that time it needs to help you and reset, so that the next morning you are like a brand new baby again. Because if you don't do that, the stress remains. The stress remains. And once you wake up, even if you're not feeling like going to pee, just drink a glass of room temperature water. You will go and pee, and you pee out a lot of the waste, which cause stress within the body. So when your boss gets to work in the morning and is cranky, you should be asking him,
Go and get him room temperature water.
just give him a glass of room temperature.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, we have come to the end of today's program. 3 things is sleep 7 to 8 hours. Honor your heart. Honor your heart. It's very important. Honor your heart, and eat wholesome food. 20% of fish in a week. Nice. Till we come your way again next week Saturday, like we always say on Signals, dream again, create opportunities for people. And because people will be people, keep creating opportunities. Have a wonderful week and God bless. Oshodi, Tapa, they will be doing. Thank you, everybody. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Thank you so much.